Hi traders, and welcome to today's ACY Securities Forex Market Analysis. My name is Duncan Cooper and I will be your host. Today we will focus on the dollar index and the Australian dollar to the US dollar. Hi traders, just at forexfactory.com. Just want to review the news items coming out for the week. Now I'm going to be reviewing the Aussie to the US dollar, so I want to look at the items coming out that can affect that pair. So there's quite a lot of items, so I'll just go through them slowly so we don't miss any. So Tuesday today, these are Queensland time, my time, 11:30 PM tonight. We've got the US PPI coming out. And into Wednesday in the evening again, 11:30 PM. We've got the US core retail sales coming out. Into Thursday morning. 5 o'clock, the big one for the week, is the FOMC statement. Then 5:30 we have the FOMC press conference. 9:30 on Thursday morning we've got RBA Governor Lowe speaking. 10:30 AM the Australian employment change and unemployment rate coming out. And then that's pretty much it for the week. So just be aware of those items coming out. There's a lot of red news items coming out during the week that can affect the Aussie to the US dollar. With that in mind, let's get to the charts. First up, I want to review the dollar index. So I'll just bring that one up. There we go. So this is the monthly chart. Many months ago we were getting support down here. We've been moving up into a good uptrend, and we've moved above this last area of monthly resistance at 95.95.2, and I'm guessing over time we may well come up and retest the top of this range, this major range. Time will tell. But the monthly trend quite clearly still in play there. Weekly, high tops and bottoms, and even though we've had a week of a pullback, it's holding on top of old monthly resistance, now becoming potential support. So that's all looking potentially positive for a few more weeks up here. MACD's clearly retaining its bullish nature there. It's not crossing down to the daily. So what we're seeing is a minor pullback at the moment, but it is holding on top of that monthly old resistance, now being supported at 95.95. So whatever we're holding above this level, there's a potential for this to move further up. Yes, MACD's crossed down, but that's just reacting to the pullback here, that 1 week down. But what I can see here is we're starting to make a higher bottom here, sitting on monthly support 95.95. So if we break above this high here, that's just confirming that US dollar strength is coming back into the market, and pairs to the US dollar will be moving downwards. So I am going to be reviewing the Aussie to the US in a moment. So if that moves above, the Aussie US will move down, and vice versa. If this moves back below this level of support, this could move down back to the next level of monthly support at 94.54. If that happens, the Aussie dollar will move up. So with that being said, in fact, just before I do go to the Aussie, I just wanted to bring up the S&P 500 day chart. We had a very negative day yesterday, up at the all-time high, or very close to. So potentially, there's like a top here, slightly higher top, another top there. There's almost a quadruple top forming here. So if we do have a good day down today, we will see negativity entering the market, and that will be negative for the Aussie dollar too. So it's worth watching what the S&P 500 does as well. If this screams north, breaks above all the highs, then that'll probably be positive for the Aussie US dollar, and that will probably go up. So bear that in mind as well. Don't just watch the dollar index, watch the S&P 500 too. Okay, getting to the Aussie dollar monthly, and we've been negative, clearly in a downtrend, lower top, lower bottom, lower top, moving to another lower bottom. Currently having a minor bounce at 69.91 monthly support here. Now it's looking rather weak on the daily chart at the moment. So with that in mind, I'm anticipating we might move back down for another retest of 69.91. If we break that level, my longer term target is this old monthly area of support at 67.22. Okay, so time will tell if we can get down there over the next month or two. But if we have a further test of 69.91, if that breaks, that's the next area to target. So trend is down, lower tops and bottoms, MACD is crossed down. To the weekly, trend is down. We've broken through two bottoms here on the weekly chart, having a bounce on the monthly support. MACD is crossed down. Let's just put in support and resistance. Resistance at the moment is 71.70, which is holding the market. Failed again there yesterday. Support is at 71.06. Alright, so the trend is down, having a 1 week up last week. MACD is crossed down. Are we going to have another week up, or has this market only got 1 week up in it? It held at weekly resistance last week when we had a week up, and it's holding there early at the start of this week. So maybe just having 1 week up for a further decline, or we could have a further rally up this way. So time will tell if we can break above 71.70. Alright, to the day chart. So we've had a very elongated move down, bouncing on monthly support. MACD is crossing up, but that's just reacting to this obvious price pullback. So 1 week up, holding at weekly resistance here, and the candles have been starting to get negative, and we're just stuck. We got very close to weekly support yesterday, stuck between weekly resistance at 71.70 and weekly support at 71.06. In terms of support and resistance on the daily chart here, support is all the way down here at 69.93. I'm not going to draw it in because it's very close to 69.91, but there is a level there, and there's a minor level here at 71.73. I'm not going to draw that in because it's just going to have a very thick line overlapping with that weekly level. But then there's a top just here at 71.86. And if we do break above that level, the next level would be these levels through here. So I'm going to pick this one. It's at 72.20. Now at the moment I'm just trading what I'm seeing, and what I'm seeing is that price is holding at 71.70 weekly resistance. But we've got the FOMC statement coming out this week. That could be negative for the US dollar. If it is, this will probably going to retrace further up. So depending on what comes out in the news, just get my drawing tool. We've obviously moved up to here. Now at the moment I'm just trading what I'm seeing, so we could just be moving back down long term this way for a retest of 69.91 and a break, hopefully. Or we could be coming up, pulling back to weekly support before we retrace further up the range. So could retrace up to like a 62 or a 79% retracement of that major decline that we've had. Time will tell as to whether the buyers can come into the market and pull it, push it further up, or are the sellers taking back control. Time will tell. Let me just clear that off. Alright, so let's move to the 4-hour chart. Just before I do that, the actual trend here on the day has turned slightly up because we did break above this high here. So there is a potential that we can get a further bounce up this way, or are we kind of creating a resistance area here to move further down. So let's get to the 4-hour chart, and we can see that we've been failing at weekly resistance at 71.70, putting 1, 2, 3 tops, even and a minor fourth top yesterday at the area. So there were countless opportunities already to sell at resistance at 71.70 for a move down, and we've moved down just short of weekly support. MACD is quite clearly negative on the 4-hour chart, so I'm just looking for a rally. I could be putting in a fib across this range here, and then what I can see is that the 79% levels at 71.66, very close to 71.70. So it would be great if we had another rally back up to 71.70 area. So I'm just going to get rid of that fib. But 79% level at 71.66, that would be a good area to sell down from. Or we're simply just trying to sell a rally back at resistance. So it's moved down, so having a bounce, minor bounce here at the moment on weekly support. Can it come back up to 71.70? Hold once more. I mean, it might not get quite that deep, but that would be a great level to watch for a move down, breaking below weekly support. That might not do that. It might. Let me just clean that off. You know, it'd be great if it had a rally back up to 71.70, but it might not do that. It may just break through this level of weekly support. Then I'm going to be looking for this to rally back up. That support becomes resistance, and then look in that area for an opportunity to sell on a lower time frame for a move back down to 69.91. Okay, so that's my bearish scenario. That's what I'm trading at the moment, because I can quite clearly see that resistance is coming in at 71.70. Now, if things change, there's always the upside potential here that we're going to have a deeper rally. If we do break above weekly resistance, then I'm going to look for a pullback to weekly resistance. If it pulls back then to 71.70 for support, you can look in that area for an opportunity to buy on a lower time frame for a move up the range. At the moment, that's not my theory. I'm looking for an opportunity to sell at the moment because 71.70 is acting as resistance, but that is a possible play later in the week. Alright, so let's just move back to my weekly chart. So if we are holding here and it offers us an opportunity to sell on a rally, first target would be down to monthly support that we've tested at 69.91. On a longer term target, if that breaks, would be 67.22 down here. That might take a couple of months to get down there, but it's well worth targeting if we get a break of 69.91. Okay traders, that's my analysis for today. Have a great trading week. Look forward to seeing you next time.
Want a real opportunity to improve your trading? Join Duncan Cooper in his free 15-part webinar series designed to help you improve all areas of your trading. The upcoming webinars for this week: 14th of December, trade setups, swing point break. Duncan will teach you a simple trade setup using a swing point break and combine some of the tools that we've learned in the previous webinars. He will take you through the entry criteria, stop loss, and profit target levels. 15th of December, Forex trading, live market analysis. During this webinar, Duncan will review 12 currency pairs, determine the key support and resistance trading levels for the week ahead, discuss his favorite risk to reward trading opportunities, and answer your trading questions. 16th of December, trade setups, limit order at a support or resistance zone. Building on what we've learned, Duncan will teach you how to use a limit order at a support or resistance zone. He will show you how to identify and use this trade setup correctly on your charts and apply it to your trading. Register at the link below.